Now, the viability of low-cost airlines in South Africa is under scrutiny on the back of reports that air carrier OneTime is straining under the pressure to manage their costs. That's just months after a new entrant to the market, Velvet Sky, went belly up in the difficult operating environment. Now, Parliament's Portfolio Committee on Transport met this morning to discuss the challenges facing the sector. Thomas Marie filed this report.
A tougher economic environment and rising fuel costs have had damaging effects on South Africa's aviation industry, and many international carriers have withdrawn direct flights to destinations like Cape Town and Durban. A focus this morning was placed on low-cost airlines and whether regulations should be adapted to make their operations easier.
As you know, most of the current so-called low-cost or low-fare airlines are linked with existing, shall we say, full-service airlines. Therefore, they're using the same facilities, and that is probably also being the main focus of AXA up till now, to actually produce those facilities, which are world-class, as you know. We are very, very proud of AXA's achievements in that regard. Unfortunately, it comes at a bit of a price, and of course that needs to be paid by the user. Now, the alternative would be to develop low-cost infrastructure, but then again, you need to build them. It's not going to come for free. You'll have to build it and then also recover. So given our current status of our market, it may be a future development that we want to look into. However, I don't know exactly where AXA stands on that one at the moment. I can't talk on their behalf, of course. We have seen quite a lot of successes at Lanseria in that regard. So I think what we are really saying is for low-cost airlines to succeed, we should be looking at secondary airports, and then of course the supporting structures to make those secondary airports work for the low-cost airlines as well.
There were also concerns raised about subsidizing certain modes of transport to make commuting more affordable and accessible to the poor.
The point that we are making is that if we are to subsidize transport, we should be looking at all modes of transport. We shouldn't be subsidizing buses and not subsidizing the taxis, not subsidizing the air travel. That is what we are saying. And we are then saying all interventions that are designed for the poor in this country were based on a thorough assessment of the conditions. And if in our situation we find that air travel is not accessible to the poor for various reasons, cheaper airlines are not surviving in the market, the poor are not accessing the air traveling because of the high cost, surely we should be sitting down and developing a clear strategy on how we are going to make that mode of transport easily accessible to all.
The Portfolio Committee on Transport is concerned about the National Department's lack of a clear vision on South Africa's aviation industry and efforts to integrate the public transport system. This is Thomas Marie reporting from Cape Town, South Africa.